Okay, we're going to start chapter 8, which is the final chapter we're going to cover for the end of this class. So let's talk about the female reproductive system. As you go through these exercises in the books, you're going to see how much more elaborate and complex the female reproductive system is in relation to the male reproductive system. Chapter 9, which will be next class, um, Chapter 9 talks about obstetrics and things like that. So we'll see actually, the process of a baby in the womb of the mother in the next chapter. So this is just the reproductive system. So as always, we're going to talk about our definitions of the different parts of the female reproductive system. The whole function is to produce the female egg and hormone and provide for conception and pregnancy. Without that, of course, there would be no way for us to carry on the human race. So here's a picture. Again, you're not going to have to label these because it gets very complex to start labeling things. But you will notice all the different things in relation to one another. The uterus, the fallopian tube, and the ovary. All of this, these are your main organs right here needed for pregnancy to occur. So here is just a picture of the uterus, and this is called the fallopian tubes, and this is the actual follicles in the ovaries. You can see that the follicles are the eggs, and they're at different stages here of development. So the ovary releases an egg. It travels through the fallopian tube. If fertilization occurs, it occurs in the fallopian tube itself, and that fertilized egg then travels down the rest of the tube, and it implants somewhere along the wall of the uterus. This implantation is the part that's most important because the fertilized egg has to be implanted well in order for it to grow. And then from there we come on down, and you can see all the different layers. The uterus extends from the top all the way to here. Then you have the cervix, which is the opening to the uterus, the vagina, and then the outer opening. Here are all the definitions of the actual parts of the female reproductive system. Know those for the quiz, probably for the test as well. We have lots and lots of reproductive system combining forms for the female system. As you can see, we have several that mean the same thing, like these all mean the same thing. These mean the same. So you notice there's usually more than one for meaning the same part of the reproductive system. The prefixes, we just have one, peri. Suffixes, atresia, isle, and salpinx. Please, please know these, especially in salpinx, because that's going to be used in a lot of terms. Your disease and disorder term is built from word parts. Remember, you know how to do this because you're going to know all the word parts already. I wanted to show you salpingitis. Salping is the combining form for the actual fallopian tube. So if you notice on this side, this is what it looks like normally. Here is what it looks like if it's inflamed. We already know that any term can be used and turned into like an inflammation by just adding itis on the end. So remember, itis is just going to mean inflammation. Our disease and disorder terms not built from word parts. I listed them out again on your exercises, but I mean, they're going to be the ones that you've heard and you're most familiar with. Breast cancer, cervical cancer, endometrial cancer, endometriosis, fibrocystic breast disease, fibroid tumor, ovarian cancer, pelvic inflammatory disease, prolapsed uterus, and toxic shock syndrome. Endometriosis is just uterine tissue that is found outside of the uterus, and it usually plays a lot to do with a woman's ability to be fertile. If she's got endometriosis, a lot of times it's harder for them to conceive. Okay, we'll stop this one right here, and then we'll pick up with the next one. Remember, these are the things that are going to be covered on your quiz.